Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sabrina Brightstar. I want to talk about First Contact. I've been getting downloads, hits, so much excitement, so much excitement about First Contact. Bashar in Sedona 2024, I believe it was September 2024. That workshop is uneffing believable. Unbelievable. It is so full of activations, right? Like dormant multidimensional abilities are popping up, right? Like they're firing off. We're accessing more and more of the truth of who we are. So I want to share with you some of my takeaways, what I'm excited about, what I see happening. And I have some tools for you. So if you're interested, I've got some free resources if you like playing with the quantum field and parallel realities. First of all, you can get a lot of my free resources at quantummanifestnow.com. There's a whole page of freebies. So there's a parallel reality game there. There's different law of attraction games there. And what is really exciting to me let me tell you what we all hear based on our filters, right? You can only hear what you're a vibrational match to. Does that make sense? So if your bandwidth, right, we'll just call it colors, because, sometimes when we do numbers, people think like, oh, that's a superior bandwidth and an inferior bandwidth. Well, if you're functioning from all that is, all that I am, we know there is no higher, lower. It's just all a part of the oneness. So instead of using numbers, I'm going to use colors. So let's say we'll do blue because my nails are blue. Let's say you're on the blue bandwidth. That's where your vibration is, the blue bandwidth. You will only access other pieces of information on the blue bandwidth. So if you have a thought, a download, an imagination, it is going to meet you where you're at. Yeah, I've been studying so much about the brains. Check out like the really, really good information about the brain and Dr. Dole that I listened to. That's in my video, Mama Manifested a Miracle. Oh, and then by the way, I did start a Facebook group, so please join Mama Manifested a Miracle. We're just getting started, and it's just going to be a safe place to share our wins. Like we're going to create a good news channel. That's my intention anyway. We'll see what happens. I have so many intentions, and the other thing I realize is like part of the reason I'm creating so much is I've been really functioning off of my gamma wave. We all have access to the gamma part of our brain, and the gamma part of your brain makes it very easy for you to be in the zone where time just flies by. When you're in your gamma wave state, it's very easy for you to channel or to access your intuition, your multidimensional self, whatever words, language you like to use. So I am creating so fast, so quickly, which that makes my heart sing. I'm a lover of speed. I like it quick. Work smart, not hard. Have it fast and quick. I love how I can go from having an idea to having a tangible creation. I love that. Okay, so I'm just all over the place because I'm so excited. Okay, so if you're on the blue bandwidth and you're thinking about First Contact, first of all, I would like to suggest we are co-creators. We are not puppets that have to take it the way it's given to us, right? You are a sovereign being. You have a voice, you have a point of view, you have a preference. So I know I've talked to some people, they're concerned about First Contact, like what's it going to be like? Are they going to be scared? Is it going to be overwhelming? So what I like to do as a being who is aware that I can co-create, I imagine my First Contact in a way that feels safe and good and regulated in my body, so my nervous system stays calm and relaxed. And I know I have the right to have my preferences on what feels good for me. So first of all, I just set the intention that First Contact is I'm going to acclimate in an easy, smooth, adjustable way. So that's my number one, right? smooth, easy, adjustable way. And then I imagine, or I jump into a parallel reality where I feel as if it's already happening, and I tweak the details to make it a match, a story that is my highest excitement. So one of my stories, well, first let me tell you this. Bashar said in the Sedona 2024 in September that one of the ways contact will happen is motherships, Pleiadian ships, will hover above the oceans, different oceans around the world. The Pleiadian ships will hover above the ocean. He said one of the reasons they'll hover above the ocean instead of a land mass is it will help the humans calm down. They won't feel like, oh my gosh, they're going to come where I sleep or where I eat. So it'll be over the ocean and they're going to stay there. The motherships will hover above the ocean and stay there. So he made a comment that people will be traveling to different locations to go visually see these motherships that are sustaining that location. So I don't know if it's months, if it's years, I'm not sure. My intuition tells me it'll be weeks, maybe up to a few months, but I don't know. And I live right in front of the beach. Right? I live right in front of the beach. So my intuition is that there will be a mothership, a Pleiadian. Oh, see, this is so exciting for me. I just get so excited. Okay, so my intuition is telling me there will be a Pleiadian mothership hovering over the Pacific Ocean, and it will be very close to me or within driving distance to me. And that's gonna be beautiful. I'm not really one who loves to stare at the sky and try to find. I went to a CF5. It was nice, but it wasn't really my thing. I don't really love staring at the sky trying to find a machine. Right? Like I like to talk about consciousness. I like to have stories and share information about consciousness and evolution and star family. But the machine part, that doesn't really, it's for me, it's not like super juicy. I know a lot of people it's really juicy for other people. For me, it's not so much. But if there's a mothership, a large mothership hovering over the ocean close to the shores, so we can really get a very detailed view of it, that is something that I'm interested in. And so first of all, that's going to happen. So when I imagine first contact, when I imagine actually seeing, touching, smelling, talking to my star family, I see myself on the beach during the daylight. Again, I don't like it at night. That like there's an element of fear, and as a person who has a dysregulated nervous system, I don't want to ever put myself in a situation that feels a little awkward, or feels a little uncomfortable. So I like the daylight hours. I like the sunshine being out. So I imagine a girlfriend and I are walking on the beach. We're walking, and way ahead of us, we see, well, actually, we feel. We can see, something in front of us, but we feel it. And we feel like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like what is that? And it feels like love. It feels like our hearts are busting open. It feels safe. It feels like, oh my gosh, right? And then we're slowly walking towards these beings that we see in front of us, and there's two beings in front of us, and my girlfriend and I were walking, and we're slowly walking forward, and then boom, boom, the download, boom, the download, and a packet totally opens, and memories, instant memories are released. And I instantly know the story. I instantly know who these beings are. I know my relationship with them. I know my connection to them. And it's as real, it's as comfortable as the relationship I have with my son, or the relationship I have with, somebody that knows me so well, that I feel so safe and comfortable and loved and adored in their presence. And my friend and I, in my vision, we both get this download, we both get this memory that has totally been opened, right? This memory has been opened, and we know them. We know them. We remember a piece of our history. We remember a piece of the story we remember. And in that memory, there's so much comfort. There's so much excitement. There's such a, it's love and it's reunion and it's like longing, like, oh my gosh. And then we break into a run. We just break into a run because we know them, and so we just run and we like hug each other, and we're just like so happy, and it's so emotional in a really good way. And it feels so good to be in their presence. It feels so good to be reunited. And then in my vision, then I kind of see us like, making jokes and being kind of sassy, like, why didn't we have this memory before? Why did, like, it took so long for this memory to come back, like, right? Kind of being sassy, kind of being funny, being overwhelmed, being like excited. And then telepathically, our star family says, we've been walking here with you all along. Like, we have always been with you. And it's like my body embodies that, like my body knows it, like my body like remembers it, my body like understands pieces of the puzzle, my body like gets it, like, yes, like this all makes so much sense. It's so worth it. This ride was so worth it. This human experience was so worth it. Ah. So you can tell, like, just when I think of this story, when I think of this parallel reality that's already happened, that's going to happen again, like, it's so exciting. Okay, so then Bashar said this, and of course this makes sense. Like, in 2010, I knew I was an intergalactic ambassador. I don't know how I knew that. Nobody I knew that. I was playing this game once. I'll tell you the story a different time. And we had to jump into the future. And I knew I was an intergalactic ambassador. I was like a mediator between star races and humans. And I would take the star family to different places on planet Earth to interact with humans. And I would take the humans to different star family cultures and civilizations. And I was kind of like a tour guide, but not a tour guide because I wasn't I wasn't like showcasing like geography, but I was showcasing species, culture, intergalactic families. So Bashar, so this is in 2010 that I knew this, right? And I used to, if you've been following my work for a long time, even though all my channel, everything got deleted, I called myself the intergalactic storyteller. I remember I had a reading with Magenta Pixie, and I was like, well, I keep hearing like I'm an intergalactic storyteller. And Magenta Pixie's like, oh, 1 minute. And she like, paused for a little bit, and she came back and she's like, I never heard that term before. I had to ask the nine what it was. And the nine explained to me like, oh yes, you are an intergalactic storyteller, right? This is way back in 2010. So now we're in 2024. I'm listening to Bashar, and Bashar starts talking about, as humans acclimate to the awareness that we have star family, right? Like walking among us, interacting with us, a part of our civilization or a part of our reality. And as humans, right, acclimate, we, get comfortable, we get more familiar, we have more interaction, it's just going to slowly like integrate on deeper and deeper levels until eventually we will reunite with the Interstellar Alliance, and planet Earth will take part back in the Interstellar Alliance, or if you think of like the United Nations for the galactic cosmic family, right? So planet Earth will join back into the cosmic family. And then Bashar said this. He said there are so many civilizations or so many species of beings, and there's a planet that has not had interference or they haven't had communication with off-planet beings yet. And humans who want to be a part of First Contact Specialist, is how he languages it. We will go to this planet. We'll do it a different way than the way Bashar's team has done it with our planet. We'll have our own method on how we contact them, but we will be First Contact Specialists, so to speak, to other civilizations and planets that are not, that have been like planet Earth, where they didn't have the awareness or the consciousness to know that there are other intelligence in this multiverse. So when he was talking about that, I was like, full circle moment, going back to 2010, going back to these visions, these downloads, these writings I had. Like, it like makes so much sense. And what, like, I can't imagine anything more fun, right, than to study different cultures and civilizations and being social with the beings that live there, and then being like the human, right, that, because Bashar also said when contact happens, people will, because contact's already happening. He talked about scientists and inventors who are already working with the star friends, and some of them might step up to be like the host, who they will host small gatherings to help humans acclimate to them. So that's what, how I see myself. I see like, okay, I'm in front of the ocean right now. I don't know how it's going to unfold, so stay tuned. Like, I will be sure to share. But I see myself, when contact starts to happen and family is reunited, I see myself being a bridge or being a guide, or that's not even the right word, like being a translator, like being a safe space for humans to have meetings, to like to have a tea party, right? To have lunch. I don't know if they eat. Maybe it'll be tea parties, or maybe it'll be sound baths. Or I don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know what it's going to be. But yeah, I feel like yes, yes, and yes. Bashar said it will happen within 5 years. My intuition says it's happening within, it's like 2 years is what I think, way faster than 5 years. So if you haven't checked out Bashar from Sedona, September of 2024, go check it out and see, like, just listen to it and see if your body feels anything, if this excites you. It's not for everyone, right? Follow your highest excitement. Follow your highest excitement. I am living my highest excitement. I am on my favorite timeline. But for more games, for law of attraction tools, go to quantummanifestnow.com. That's quantummanifestnow.com. And if you want to play on the Facebook group, go to Mama Manifested a Miracle. Mama Manifested a Miracle, free Facebook group. Hopefully, like, I hope it really grows. So we'll see. We'll see if it's the right time. Never know. Sometimes things happen now, but they don't unfold for a year or 2 years or 5 years. And I just trust the divine timing of it. So I'm so excited, and I hope you're having a great night. The election is tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks.